Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is George. I'm here with Franco. This is Trading Futures Live, where we trade futures live every single day, live in front of the camera. We show you our winners, we show you our losers, try and be as transparent as possible. That being said, trading is inherently risky, so please do not copy our trades. We're here for educational purposes only, so trade at your own risk. And with that being said, let's get right into it. In the news, we had non-farm payroll at 8:30 this morning. That was the biggest news of the week, and it came in better than expected, although we had the unemployment rate go up 0.1%, as well as the average hourly earnings go down 0.1%. And then at 10 a.m., well, at 9:45 we have PMI, Final Services PMI, and then at 10, the orange folder, ISM Services PMI. And at 10:30 we have, President Biden speaking at 10:30, and FOMC member Brainard is speaking at 10:30 as well. So potential for some movement based off of that at 10 and 10:30 as well. So we'll need to be on the lookout for that. If we go ahead and look at what's been going on in the overnight, markets are down. All four major indexes are below yesterday's close. You'll see these big spikes are the 8:30 news of non-farm payroll. The trend overnight was down, spiked up, and is continuing the trend. So if you're in that already short, good for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at my chart. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday, guys. I had some personal stuff I had to take care of and wasn't able to be online. I did trade. I did lose 1R. I took a loss on a short. Let's take a look at... Okay. And let's take a look at what we have going on. Again, we are down on the day so far. We're tracing already half of yesterday's candle, which ended up quite bullish, but it did retest this level up here and is starting to break down from there. Again, we've never made it back up to the 50% retracement level from the drop since March 30th. So I was expecting a push up to here potentially before it came down, or maybe even the 61 level before we start to come back down. Obviously, a major level will be if it breaks these lows. We've got quite a ways below those lows to test this area down here. If we go ahead and look at the 30-minute, let me clear off some of this that I have on here from yesterday. Some of the same zones are available from yesterday. This is where I shorted. And I think I got stopped out in this wick. So my major levels right now are really going to be the top of the news, the peak from the news.
We're up.
And really, we're opening up at the low of the day so far. So I'm going to mark that off. We are off. Take a look at the volume profile so far this morning. And the major volume is basically centered around this news cycle. The POC on the day, the point of control so far is this low here, but we are continuing to break down. See what I can better than this. I like I'm going to mark off that zone there. We've already broken the low of this zone here. So I'm going to consider this to already be tested. I had this zone marked out yesterday, which was the low, and this is where I had gotten in short yesterday, somewhere around this area after this pullback there, testing that low, and got stopped out on this run back up before it retested, and then went straight up from there the rest of the afternoon, but I did not trade in any of that.
Welcome guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. You know the drill, right? We just broke the overnight and we were retracing back up. Well, the overnight was actually the open. Now the tick chart is showing a bit of a strength. The ADQD still showing weakness, so we need a little bit more information. Where to take this baby today? Right now we're down. NQ is one of the weakest. We will have some retracements because yesterday's and the previous days have been bullish, so we do have some demands formed there. So let's wait patiently for the setup to show up.
I need to restore my Ninja.
You had to?
No, I'm going to. Let's see, hopefully I don't have to restart the computer.
How much is this? This zone is 675. Which is this per contract? Is $400. Not bad. I do have an overnight area that I like. I'm gonna say this.
Transfer. I'm going to show your screen.
Yeah.
I need to
You need to restart.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm on.
Alright guys, sorry about that. Had to make some adjustments to my Ninja. Was acting up. As Franco said, the tick chart here on the NQ has gone back to the 0 line. Now the tick for the NYSE is holding at extreme negatives. The ADDs opened at extreme negatives. Let's open up this chart a little bit so we can see a little bit better what the trend looks like there. Let's do it to the ADDQ as well. It's the advanced decline line for the NQ, the advanced decline line for the ES, and then I have the tick chart down here for the ES and the tick chart for the NQ. Right, and so below the 0 line and holding below, we'd like to look for shorts on either one of these charts, and then I use the advanced declines up here also for trend, right? So not just the fact that it's at a huge negative number. If they are at a negative number but they're trending up, the chart is most likely going up. I also have the VIX as an indicator for me as well. If the VIX goes up, I'm expecting the indexes to go down. Although, as Franco points out, the VIX is a tradable chart, so it's not exactly an internal indicator of what the indexes are doing. It's somewhat of a reaction, but I like to see that as confirmation as well, that the VIX is in line with my thinking. And if we see so far, the market, at least on the ES, has gone nowhere. It opened up right here, and we're right back at it. Now it is having issues breaking down, especially after it just dropping in the entire overnight session. I have the top of the news marked out here. It's kind of my levels right now, unless this holds, unless this high here holds from the open, in which case, if, let's say, after 10 o'clock, we still haven't broken above this area, then I would move it down to there. But for the moment, this is kind of the top of my curve, per se. Yes, it's finally starting to break down. Now I do have a zone there that I'm going to be cautious about at the moment. Although the internals for the
All right, I have a short right here.
ES are negative. You want me to transition?
Yeah, whatever you like. I'm gonna put an order here.
I have so I have my zone here. So my couple of if-then statements for the moment. Price is already testing this zone, so if it breaks up out of this zone and comes back and retests, I'd like to think about getting long. If it breaks below the zone, comes back and retests, I'd like to think about getting short. Those are my two if-then statements for the moment. I could potentially already be short. I mean, most of my internals are pointing to short. The ADD is trending down, and it really can't go much further down. It's at negative 2,000. That's a pretty extreme low. I mean, I've seen it at negative 2,500, but it's near the bottom, so it's not like this is just going to scream down right now. But it is showing the fact that it is at this far of a negative number and still trending down, showing tons of weakness, and the tick chart hasn't even. I mean, it's only come up as far as like negative 300. So we'll see if it gets back to the zero line here and whether that holds, or if like the NQ chart, it's breaking up above the zero line now. But still, I've got a minute 30 left in this candle for me to see where it closes. Does it close above or does it close below that zero line? So nothing has really closed above the zero line yet. Stay patient, guys. Remember, the market opened here and it's back at it. So if you've maybe gotten into a few trades already and maybe have a break even, you got into a long and it came back and stopped you out break even, or you've gotten into a short thus far and it stopped you out break even, I mean, the market hasn't given anything, so.
What's the 5 minute doing?
I mean, the 5 minute came into a zone that I have drawn out there and has been holding thus far.
Yeah. My order was not filled and the zone is working. I brought the risk down to $335. So right now I'm canceling the order and I will only take this zone confirmation if it goes through my area, and then I'll put the order. But for now I will be somewhat I'll tell you how much I will be now. I will be somewhat 1-to-1 right now. It was I don't know if I want to show mine. I had this area right.
Positioning back. If we look at the internals here again, so the tick chart has been holding obviously well below the 0 line. I just want to point out the trend. It is trending up. All right, so I'm not going to be in any rush. The advanced decline on the NQ is pointing up or trending up, and
it looks weird. It looks very weird today. Like, I want to show this euro chart.
and we have the advanced decline trying to like roll over here.
Was the dollar is retracing back down.
Yeah.
Yen is down. Yen is down for the session. And what about oh, we got so close to the 3% in the 10-year yield. We were up. We were 15 basis point off of the 3%. Lumber continues to drop.
If we look so far, the ES, the high is up around 41.90 down to 41.15, so it's about 75 points it's done so far. The daily ATR, let's check that. Daily ATR I currently have at 102, so still have another 25 points or so to reach the daily ATR. Now, could this be the low of the day? That is still yet to be determined. We do have news now coming out at 10 a.m. in about 5 minutes. Let's see what the 9:45 gave us. Basically, it came out as expected. The PMI services at 9:45, but the orange folder is now going to be at 10 a.m. So, not being in a trade yet, I'm going to not get in a trade yet. I'm going to wait for that news. Yeah, Ricardo says no clear direction yet. Oh, and he put a put on Tesla. Nice. So no trades for either of us yet. Again, we have news coming out in less than 5 minutes, so we're going to be patient on that. Price came into my zone. I am not really bullish on the market today, so I was not in much of a rush to take that. If we get a reaction like we're getting now out of the zone and we get some kind of pullback, it doesn't necessarily need to be to the zone. It can be, I mean, it can even be to there, let's say. I'd like to try and get long. If we break down below, I'm going to look to get short. That's kind of that zone right now is my line in the sand. And I think, as I stated earlier, at 10 a.m., if it hadn't tested this high up here from the news at 8:30 from the non-farm payroll news, I would drag my line in the sand to the upside down to the opening range of the first 30 minutes, which is this high there. So if it comes up here and breaks that, I'd like to think about getting long. In the meantime, the range from my zone down here, let me get rid of this line. my range from my zone down here to this blue line is tight enough that I would even consider this to be, I don't need another scenario for this level here. It's included in this if-then statement that I have drawn out there. So we're going to stay patient. We're going to wait. Still have 2.5 minutes for the news. And I would like to stock a trade after that. I'm going to be trying to get a good entry into a good trade today. I haven't had a good week so far. I took a loss yesterday, -1R. I did not take any trades on Wednesday. I missed the short and really didn't have anything after that. I felt like I would have been chasing if I took a trade after that, so I did not take a trade on Wednesday. And then I had a 0.6R loss on Tuesday. It got to my T1, but then pulled back and stopped me out, so I took 0.6 of a loss. So for the week, I'm down 1.6R right now, which is, it's obviously not great. It's not good. But as far as having a bad week and only being down less than 2R, I really can't complain about that. So one good trade today puts me up in positive territory, and that's my goal for today, is just one good trade. And finish out this rainy, miserable week on a positive note. 'Cause this shit is miserable today. We're on tropical storm watch or something down here in South Florida. We're expected to get nothing but rain today and tomorrow, essentially. It's all dark and gloomy out there. "30 seconds for the news."
You sure Biden is set up to speak today?
It says it here at 10:30.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, he's done it a few times.
In the morning?
Yeah.
And it's not in investing.com though.
All right, news is out. Let's take a look at the internals. The tick chart continues on this trend to the upside. Included in on this one. So everything, the internals right now for the most part are saying long.
Yeah.
Just pushing up here on the news. But I'm gonna let this news kind of settle in for the moment. I don't want to get faked into anything. Gonna stay patient. I'm gonna look for that one trade. I'm going to reduce my position size today. I'm not going to be taking 8 contracts. I will be taking 5.
This hasn't updated. The fuck?
Alright, so we're testing that high there created at the open. take a look at the internals. So everything continues to say long, and so again a breakout above and some sort of a pullback and I will be long. I'm going to be looking at longs right now above this line. Like to see this 5-minute candle or maybe the next one. I'll be checking it on a 2-minute as well. But a close above that line. With a pullback for a long, or it's tested this line now and we'll see what it does. While it's inside of this range, it's in between this zone and my level here drawn out. In between there for me right now is no man's land, so I'm not taking any trades inside of here as of yet. It needs to pull back for me to go long, or break out and give me a micro pullback to go long. So stay patient, everyone. Alright, the NQ is breaking below its trend there on the tick. Let's see how far it goes. Same with the ES. So price seems to be getting rejected off of this level up here, created from the high at the open in the first 15-minute candle. And so still the market hasn't gone anywhere, at least not far enough for me to get into anything yet.
Now the tick chart start to show some extremes negative on the NQ, and I have a supply there, so I will have to wait for the next 7 minutes to show me no, to give me an entry. Bro, Apple is down 3%. That's not a small thing.
And the markets?
They're all down, but NQ is the weakest.
Yeah. So we have the Dow down 0.6%, S&P 500 1.13%, and the Nasdaq leading the way at negative 1.67%. Let's see, Russia war on Ukraine could shake up global trade blocks.
I do have a short, if you want to show it.
No major news. Tesla looks like it needs to cut 10% of its jobs.
Yeah. I do have a short order in 700.
Wow, Turkey's inflation surges to 73%. No bueno.
Not at all.
You have an order where?
700.
drag this one up.
I'm in it.
Franco is short.
I'm in this
The
short.
NQ is your stop above the pivot.
Oh, look at that extreme high on the tick. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if this works. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to work. It is what it is. The 7-minute chart is, the 7-minute candle is very young. See if we can get some rejection out of this. It's not very likely, but it is what it is. I have to execute the most unbiased in the most unbiased way, right? That's the way this works.
Darkness has fallen, says AMD is leading the market today.
So I am 1-to-1. I'm gonna cut my risk. I'm gonna go to break even. So whatever happens with this trade, it's not gonna cost me any money. And ooh, I was so close to be stopped out. I was so close.
I'm gonna share your screen.
Yeah.
Positioning back. Let's see what the internals continue to say. So they spiked up and have spiked back down. So for me personally, I'd like to see if we can keep it holding below the 0 line and this ADD turn around after rolling over and making a new high there. But for me, my ES chart is still stuck in no man's land. I've got the top of my zone here, bottom of my curve is here, and we're sitting there in between. Now it came into my level here, tested, broke out of it. If it comes back, it gives me a rejection off to the upside. I'm going to try and get in long, right? That's what I drew here. It came in. It has since come out. It gives me a retest. I'm going to try and get long. If it breaks down below the level, I'm going to try and get in short.
Darkness has fallen.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. AMD leading the market. Yeah. Of course, I figure tech is overly is being hit today, big time. Let's go to the AMD chart. It was down more than that. Now it's trying to. Is at the 200 EMA daily EMA level. Do you follow the EMAs, like the 200 and daily and stuff?
No, I did see that. I believe it was the ES that came back to the 100 EMA recently.
I used to follow them, but I didn't find any edge of them, like using it. Like I have a clean chart.
Yeah.
But I do have to acknowledge, if I were to use one indicator, is EMAs.
Anybody out there taking any trades yet? I know the algo has, because I've heard it.
Well, we're in two shorts, I guess. No,
one short.
One short. I like when we are like in 5, 6. Huh? Because that's where the more confluence happens, right? For the algos. Roblox. I just had to download the app again. Like I did it on the weekend in 2 of my nephew's computers, and I had to do it today. Kids love this company, Roblox, and it has been hit hard. I'm talking about like 80% from its highs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
anyone that has kids knows about this.
Knows about Roblox.
Yeah.
Sends them their credit card information. Today is certainly a test of my patience.
Oh, do you know, if I may, my therapist yesterday, and I consider myself like trading gets the best and the worst out of you, right? So one of the things that I want to work with my therapist is about the immediate gratification that you need to work in order to achieve a higher or ultimate goal, right? So, and the way he works is he asks questions to you and you have to figure the answers, right? So if you don't answer whatever he wants you to answer, he keeps reframing the question for you to think deeply and more thoroughly and then get to the right answer. Why is that? Because his technique is based on you figuring out yourself what is the right solution, right? So, oh my God, like after 20 minutes, he asked me questions around this thing. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but like at least like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. What's the difference between getting a quick fix and what's the difference between getting the quick fix meaning immediate gratification against just delaying the gratification in order to get your main goal, your ultimate goal, or your purpose, right? Tell me that.
Addiction.
No. What is the difference between, okay, I want it now, and I'm able to delay it because I want it later?
What is the difference?
It'll
Self-control, willpower.
No, that's one way to achieve that, right? But that's not the difference. I'm gonna tell you because it's gonna take you
20 minutes to figure it out.
It took me a long time, but this is very important. That being able to think about the ultimate goal and differentiate it from like the quick fix, like I want it now, immediate gratification. I want to jump into the trade right now because I feel the need to make money now, right? Is that the one that you are able to delay, right? Your ultimate goal is permanent. Meaning, once you are able to set this down and you're able to trade well, you're able to make money consistently, that's your goal, right? So for now, you need to set apart whatever you feel right now and work on, I'm gonna work this for my own good, for my future. But guess what? That is that is even more gratifying if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, because it's gonna be permanent. Whereas jumping into a trade and make $1,000 or losing $500, it's matter of seconds. It disappears. So it wears off from your mind so quick because it came quick. So being able to after a few minutes to answer that question correctly, it was an aha moment for me, because if you think about trading is about psychology, period. It got nothing to do with the market. The market is going to move, and if it doesn't move, it's still on you if you want to trade, right? So this is a war from you against you. That's what the majority of traders do not think about. They blame the market for not doing whatever they wanted to do. And I'm getting a little bit philosophical here, but I do think this channel should address not only technical aspects, but a lot of the mindset and psychology, right? Because we want to help other people. We want to help ourselves and help other people.
All right, guys, if you take a look at my chart, you'll note, right, one of my if-then statements. If it tested this zone, broke out of it, came back, I would try and get long. So you may ask why I didn't get long here or when this candle closed bullish like that. And for me, I just don't like that type of price action. If this green candle would have looked more like this green candle right there that closed at 1018, a rejection candle, then that's the kind of price action I like to see in my 2-minute candle as a signal to get long. And then you might say, well, okay, so it gave you the candle that you'd like to see, but it gave it to me up here at the top of my curve. This is my level up here, right? So my level of risk, I mean, really, I'd like to have my stop below the pivot. So if the candle would have been down here, I get in on that close, then I'm just risking that one candle, not this entire level, which is more than I'm willing to risk there. I want to see a rejection candle, but much lower on the curve for me to give me, one, room for it to run and not get immediately rejected off of my level there. And so you might say, okay, like you plan this out, it came in, It tested up here, it came back and got rejected off. Should have been in. For me, I like to see a specific type of price action as my signal, as my confirmation to get in. And that was just not it. That was not the price action I like to see. And so now my thinking has kind of even changed a little bit because it pulled back and got rejected off. If it breaks down below this area now it's kind of confirming this is a new level. I mean, look at the decent amount of rejection off of down here. This is a new level that if it breaks below, I don't want to be long, right? You might say I still have my stronger zone down here, yes, but we're creating a pivot there that, again, is too close to this level. If it breaks this, it's showing weakness. So I kind of need to let this play out for me personally right now still. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's in the same range that it's been for the last 45 minutes or, yeah, over 45 minutes. Almost an hour. And for me right now, no trades is a good trade. Hasn't given me anything. No setup that I'm good at trading. I'm not very good at limit orders on my zones. I could have had a limit order here. It would have gone 2 to 1, maybe even 2.5 to 1 from my level back up to the top of here. But that's not a setup that I'm good at trading. I like to trade what I'm good at trading so that I can have a high expectancy on my trades and a good win rate. And hasn't given it to me. So even if I take no trades today, it is what it is. Roberto's looking for a short at 12,700 on the NQ. That's where Franco took his short. He got in on this green candle when it pulled back and rode it down to the bottom of this point there. For me on the NQ, I'm kind of waiting. I would be waiting for it to break out of that range there. I think Ricardo commented on it, 613. So yeah, basically this low, and his high was 737. So he's looking for it to break out of that wick or somewhere in this level there. And the internals are a bit choppy for the most part. They are down. The tick has been below the zero line for the most part, but the advanced supply line, I mean, it's really just been sideways since 10 a.m. So the last 25-30 minutes.
It's been very sideways.
Extremely sideways. This is a gloomy Friday.
Now the tick is clearly trending down. And ADQD is not very clear, but it's starting to break it down a little bit. Oh, is about May jobs report. The conference, the press conference.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. It was better than expected.
Yeah, he got the report in the morning, and he said the press conference. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Although average hourly earnings is not good. Like
No.
we're is growing, below expectations. Which is, I think, is good for the economy. We don't want to wage price spiral, right? Right.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Waiting.
Absolutely nothing. There's a nice quote in The Reminiscence of a Stock Operator where the main character in the book says, "The majority of my winnings came from the sitting and waiting, not from the actual doing." In other words, patience in getting into a trade, patience while you're in the trade. If you haven't read that book, which Franco I don't think has, that's like the only book he hasn't read.
Which one?
On trading, Reminiscence of a Stock Operator.
I do have it, but I haven't read it. Like, I started.
I've read it like 3 or 4 times.
Damn.
It's a good book recommendation for traders.
By the way, we will come with a book review today. Most likely.
Yes, we will. And since there's nothing going on, let's see about posting yesterday's daily recap. And I apologize this week, guys, but our software to create the recaps and whatnot this week hasn't worked, essentially. We've recorded all the videos, we've put them all together, and when we go to try and download it so that we can upload it to YouTube, the download has just been failing one after the other after the other. I've tried different computers, I've tried a bunch of different things, I've emailed the company. I was finally able to download yesterday's recap this morning, right before we came on. So hopefully I found a solution, and we'll be posting now more regularly. Okay, so like I said, it created a level here with this pivot down and even another one rejection off of there. So I'm going to be hesitant to get long in this zone again, because breaking below these areas that the market has decided were rejection points, if it breaks that, it's showing weakness. So I'm not... I mean, this might be the candle that goes long. 20 seconds left. That is the kind of price action I like to see. That could be the breakdown, up, and pullback. with a nice rejection candle off, especially after that rejection candle off. But I don't like this price action. So we wait. So we wait. Let me see what the internals are saying.
Bro, look at the ADQD for the last...
Yeah, 30 minutes. Trash.
Like the last 12 minutes.
Trash. I'm like, I mean,
It
this is the point where I would like to get in, but this market hasn't gone anywhere for me to get into a trade. It hasn't shown me anything. None of the internals are really backing a long decision right now. The ADD has been sideways. You could, yes, it is somewhat trending up there, but the NQ is, I mean, those are like lower highs. This is complete trash. The tick chart is mixed. Other than the extreme pushes down, it's been hanging out mostly above the zero line. I mean, this trend line is holding. Straight garbage. Straight garbage. And that is the price action I like to see. Rejection, rejection. Nice buying candle. Basing. See you later. Let's see what the 5-minute looks like. Oh my god.
What?
The 5-minute for the ES.
Has it moved?
I mean,
No.
the half of the candles since the open are dojis. Like,
Consolidation period.
yeah.
We need to embrace everything. Step out for 2 seconds.
If I'm short, if I do get short, I'd like for my final target to be around somewhere around here, this naked POC from yesterday. Or my final target would just be the low of yesterday, depending on where I get in. That might be T2. But like I said, that rejection candle there, I mean, that is the kind of price action I like to see to take it long, but it's just hasn't been any follow through in any direction today. So we work on our patience. We continue to work on our patience.
I'm cold today, I don't know why. Oh, finally NQ is breaking down.
Yeah, that's a new low. It's the only one that's made a new low. So NQ is the weakest.
Yeah, definitely.
Followed by the ES, and then I would say followed by the YM, and then the Russell. The ES is testing that low now. Let's go take a look at that NQ. Right, if you're trading the NQ, right, you're looking potentially for that. Although if it breaks back above, could be looking for that.
Oh yeah, look, he's scheduled for 10:30. He's always late, but it's 10:40 already.
Yeah. How did you do yesterday?
Break even.
Two losers and one winner.
Yeah. My slippage today in the algos is just $1.
All right, guys, we're going to break down. Getting some confirmation from the internals. Starting to hold in this negative 750 area for the tick. Breaking back down on the ADD on both the NQ and the ES. Let's take a look. The 5-minute has broken below the low set at the morning, and it has broken the low of my zone there. Let's see if we can find a way into this. Where's that line? Because below this, I can come all the way down to here. I don't have any, that doji candle. But I will be trading it all the way down if I can get a way in. So again, on this chart, if it breaks back above, we're going to look to try and get long.
Sell me your long.
No, I'm not even close to selling you a long.
Mm.
That's it.
Oh.
If it breaks back above that zone
Okay.
and retests, that's like 30 to 45 minutes away.
We're not looking for longs.
Bare minimum.
We're not looking for longs yet.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for shorts right now.
Yeah.
Even this breakdown showed a little momentum early, but we've got 2 minutes left in this 15-minute candle. Now you might follow other people or watch other videos where, I mean, they trade multiple times every day. They're taking
Hundreds.
5, 10, 15, 20 trades a day. That is most certainly not me and not us.
Yeah.
I like to keep my trade count to less than 10 a week. So I'm trying to find the one good trade of the day. And so I don't need to take 2 or 3 bad trades, because then if I do get to my good trade, then all I'm doing is breaking even. So I need to stay patient, wait for my setup, and unlike Wednesday, try and find a way into the trade, right? Wednesday I missed my trade, and I didn't take any trades. But I would rather not take any trades after missing it than chasing. So we're here to stay patient. We're here to think things through. You'll hear Franco ask me to like sell him on some of my ideas so that I don't rush into anything or convince myself of anything that...
Now here's the thing, you gotta be conscious of what you're doing. And one thing what we do to each other is ask those type of questions. All right, you wanna go long? Just sell me your long. Sell it to me to see if I can buy it, right?
Yep. Now, we haven't gotten it closed below my level. This is garbage price action again for me on this 2-minute chart, right? What I like to see is a nice quick pullback as an attempt to just find more orders before it comes down. I don't like to see this indecision down here before the pullback to then come back down. Today is most certainly a consolidation day thus far. Extreme pushes to the upside on the tick charts. This thing is all over the place. I wish the sun was out, because I'd be outside right now, not staring at this. All right, guys, I also just posted yesterday's recap. It's only Franco's trade, or Franco's 3 trades. He took 2 losses and then a winner for a break-even day. I took 1 loss. So in total, we were down $400 yesterday from my loss. Like I said, we show you our winners, we show you our losers. I'm not here to hide anything.
Yeah, we don't sugarcoat anything. I'm stuck in this short though. I want this 7-minute close to see if I can get a confirmation entry. See how this goes.
So for Ricardo, it broke out of your range to the downside. Are you looking for a short?
Can you mute a little bit? I need to step away for this call.
All right, guys, this could potentially be like a pullback for me to get in this short, but again, I'm not in a rush to get into anything. This isn't, I'm not going to take a trade just for the sake of taking a trade. I think Beto just
Alright guys, this could
took
potentially
something.
be like a pullback for me to get
Oh,
into
sorry.
What's going on?
I don't know. Let's see what your brother. I think your brother's typing into the chat, maybe. Like, broke down. This could be the pullback, indecision, breakdown from there. But the internals, if they start to hold below the zero line, maybe give me an extreme push to the downside and then a pullback holding above the zero. But that's not helping. I mean, Jesus.
What? Retracing back up?
Yeah, it's freaking garbage. Garbage. We're going to stay on till 11 a.m., guys. Just in case we get a little bit of movement. But like the great Luigi once said, at 11 o'clock, if I haven't taken a trade, apague y vete. I'm turning it off, and I will see you guys on Monday, because I'm not going to try and chase a trade in this market right now. Got better things to do.
This is very weak today, huh? And it's slowly grinding down. Slowly grinding down. Now the ES is not, it's not following through. The NQ is, if more.
Yeah. It's showing much more weakness.
Yeah.
It is the weakest.
It is.
It is the weakest. NQ up here. Followed, I would say, still by the ES. Then the YM. Lastly, the Russell. Oh, the Russell is screaming down right now. 2 minutes left, guys, in this hourly candle.
I would say the RTY is very bullish compared to the other ones. It's not even dropping, it's 0.85%, and it came yesterday to the demand created at the open, created at 10, and damn, she's went up, and then it's trying to hold there. We can close the live.
Yeah, I think we'll catch you guys on Monday. You are
Plus 2.5.
Franco's plus 2.5, so I guess he'll have a recap today because I won't. Have a good one, guys. We'll have a good weekend. Stay safe,
Have a nice
especially
weekend,
if you're in South Florida with the storm coming. And we will hopefully catch you guys on Monday.
Later, have a nice week.